Welcome back, fans of all things Disney. I did want to go ahead and, now that I'm starting personal shopping back up again, let everybody know that there have been a couple of changes, couple of updates to the personal shopping process. So for anybody who has been an existing customer, you have shopped with me before, I'm going to go ahead and put those couple of changes right at the beginning of the video, and then the rest of the process is exactly the same. Of course, I would love it if you would watch the whole thing, but if you kind of know what the process is, then just those couple of changes, and then you should probably be good to go. So if you did want to shop with me as your personal shopper, the company name is Mickey's Magical Delivery. We do have a Facebook page. It is called Mickey's Magical Delivery, so it should be pretty easy to find. I would encourage anybody who is one of our customers to please go ahead and go to that Facebook page, make sure that you've liked it, because we are going to be doing updates and extras and things like that, and those will all be found on the Facebook page. When we do the haul videos each week, we'll try to make sure that you are aware of any of the extras that we have, but anything that is left over, they will be posted on the Facebook page, and then you would simply send me an email. The email is mickey'smagicaldelivery@gmail.com, so it's pretty easy. Now, as far as changes are concerned, there are really only two changes that I'm going to make. The first change is to the shopping schedule. What I used to try to do is to shop once a week, typically on Saturdays. But during the school year, I have a full-time job. I am a teacher. So during the school year, shopping once a week, it became problematic. It was the sort of thing, the shopping is never the problem. That doesn't take very long at all. But it's when you come home and you have to do the invoices and then the boxing to get ready to ship and all of that coordination. And it just takes up so much time. I was realizing that I just didn't have any leisure time at all, and that was never the goal of doing a little personal shopping business on the side. So my shopping schedule, once the school year starts back up, will drop back to maybe once every other week, sometimes maybe once every 3 weeks, depending on what's going on, what time of year, if they have any new merchandise at all at the Character Warehouse. But what I'll do, I will let you know what my shopping schedule is. Hello, Iris, as she hits the camera with her tail. I'll let you know what my shopping schedule is when I do the haul video. Now, things can change. I might have to make an update to that. So the updated schedule or any changes that might have to happen to that schedule, I will post on the Facebook page. So that's why I'm encouraging everybody, just go to that Facebook page. I'm going to make sure that that is kept as up to date as possible so that you are fully aware of when I'm shopping. I do live over an hour away, and a lot of personal shoppers live much closer to the outlet, so it's maybe not as big of a deal for them, but I'm over an hour away, so I really kind of have to plan out which days I'm going. I also like to be there right when the store opens. You don't really get any of the really awesome things if you're not there at open. So I try to get there at open as much as possible. So again, it takes a little bit of planning on my part to do that. So as far as the summer goes, though, I'm not really sure yet. I'm not sure if I'll be doing once a week, if I'll be doing once every other week. I think I'm just going to kind of play that by ear, plan to do once a week, because I am on summer vacation now. I won't be going to work every day. So it should be a lot easier for me to be able to get into the Character Warehouse and to get the items that you are interested in. But I'll let you know, and I'll keep that schedule updated on the Facebook page. The other change is going to be to shipping. What I was doing is I was trying to save a little bit of money for everybody by using my own boxes, by calculating ground shipping and things like that, just to kind of help people out and save a couple of bucks here, a couple of bucks there. The problem is, I got to the point where I was stopping at the post office 3 or 4 times a week with just bundles and bundles and baskets full of packages that needed to be shipped out. And I store for the strong majority of everybody. So imagine all of, if you get 40, 50 orders in a week and you get 20, 25 people that want those shipped in that week. it's a lot of shipping. So I really need to go to the Click and Ship. I need to make sure that we're using the flat rate boxes from the post office. There are a couple of really good things for that. Really great things for me is I'll be able to get things out to you much, much faster by using Click and Ship. Simply because I'll just set for the package delivery, and especially over the summer months, it doesn't really matter which day somebody will be here for the pickup. Even though you don't necessarily have to be here, I just want to make sure that everybody's items are safe and secure. The flat rate boxes include, I'm drawing a total blank, I'm sorry, but they include insurance on the package. And when I was shipping in other methods, it didn't include insurance. So I think it's just best for everybody to have that little bit of insurance, to just make sure that if something does get broken, if there is an issue, that it can be addressed relatively quickly and easily. So the flat rate boxes are very handy in that regard. Now, the other thing that makes them really interesting and good, I think, for you as customers, you know right up front what the shipping is going to be. If it is an envelope, it's going to be $8.50. If it is a small box, it'll be $9. If it is the medium size box, it'll be $16. And if it is a large size box, it's going to be $22. Now you might be sitting there thinking, that's a little bit more than what the post office charges. And I'm sure you all can understand, I have stuffing, I have filler that goes in there, and all of those things cost. So that's the reason for the little slight $1 increase or $2 increase on the large size box, because I have to cover the cost of any of the shipping materials that are needed, as well as the printing of the labels and things like that right from here at the house. So I do think that that will be much more convenient, and I think it'll be better overall for everybody to just use that flat rate shipping. Now, the problem with the flat rate shipping is the boxes are not terribly big. Sometimes you'll want an item that just, it's not going to work. It is not going to fit into that box, and that is fine. I certainly still have several boxes left over from when I was shipping them using my own boxes. Just please understand that whatever the shipping cost is, you need to add $4 to $8 to that shipping cost, because the cost of the box itself. Now, sometimes I luck out and I'm able to find some cheap boxes at Walmart that will do the trick, but other times I've had to order those online in, like a bulk pack of say 25 in order to get the cost to $2 or $3 a box. So you just want to keep that in mind, and then you have the filler and things like that as well. So flat rate shipping is going to be by far, I think, everybody's best option if that will work. I will let you know if I'm picking up items that are going to be on the larger size. So for example, you can see one back there, the Hitchhiking Ghosts. That was a debacle trying to get boxes that were the right length and the right height to be able to fit those boxed sets. It shouldn't have been as big of a deal as it was, but the local box store, I kept getting the runaround on, yes, we'll have them on Friday, and then it was, no, we'll have them next Wednesday, and then it was, well, no, now they're going to come in next week. So that was a little bit of a challenge, and everybody was very patient, and I'm super appreciative for that. But just be aware, if I have to get any kind of specialized box, it is going to delay your order. I certainly don't mind doing it if there's something you just have to have, like for example, if you need the opera ghosts, right? If you need them in the packaging, that's not a problem. We can do that. It's just going to delay your order while I work. I'm trying to get a box that will fix it. So those are the couple of changes that I have for the personal shopping process. I'm just going to go ahead and walk everybody that might be new to my process through from start to finish. If you've been an existing customer and you'd like to come along on that very, very brief journey as well, I certainly would appreciate that. And then please feel free to leave some comments below if you have appreciated the service, just to kind of help people who maybe have not participated in the service to date. So the first thing to do, if you would like to place an order with me as your personal shopper, you have to do your own research. You have to go on to YouTube. You have to check out some of the Character Warehouse videos. What I'm going to ask you to do is pay particular attention to their upload dates. If you are watching a Character Warehouse video from even a couple of months ago, the odds are those items are no longer in stock at the Character Warehouse. So you want to try to pick videos that are within the last 2 weeks. Then what you would do is you would just generate an email, send it to mickey'smagicaldelivery@gmail.com. Let me know which items you are interested in. Go ahead and make a nice long lengthy list if you want, because it is an outlet. It's not like walking into Walmart and being able to just kind of pick this and pick that, especially if you're talking about clothing. You might have a list of 10 items on there and I can only find 2. It just depends on what they have on that particular day. In that moment, the next hour or so, they might open a box in the back stock room and all of a sudden they might have some of the things that you were looking for, but I've already done the shopping and I'm gone for the day. So that's one of the hazards of shopping at the outlets. The prices are amazing, but it's not always going to be guaranteed that you're going to get the things that you want. In fact, it is never guaranteed that you're going to get the things that you want. So a nice long lengthy list will make it'll make it more possible for me to find you some of your items. Once I have your list, then I go shopping. Remember, I live about an hour away, so I do have a shopping fee that I charge everybody. It is $10 per trip. So if I shop on June 6th, which is the next day that I'm going to go shopping, if I shop on June 6th, I always go to both outlets. That is one trip. It just happens to be that's the trip for the day. I stop at both locations. That is one trip. So if I get you any items, it would be a $10 shopping charge, and then you pay me or you reimburse me for the cost of the item, the taxes that were paid, and the PayPal fees on the merchandise that you have purchased. And PayPal charges, it's what is it, 0.029% plus 30 cents per transaction. So I do all the calculation. You don't have to worry about that, but that's what that PayPal fees thing will be on your invoice. Once I do your shopping, then I come home and I work on your invoices, and I use PayPal exclusively. I can create the invoices right through PayPal. I can get those sent right through PayPal for you. Yes, there is a fee. It's not great to have to pay a fee, but it's convenient for you. It's convenient for me. PayPal is a secure site for your transactions, so it just seems to have been working out the best. So you'll get an invoice directly from me, if not even an email before. I might have a couple of questions for you about your order, or I might have something that I need to ask you before I generate the invoice. But you will get that invoice through PayPal, so please make sure you have a PayPal account. Now, once you get the invoice, what I'm going to ask that you do is I'm going to ask that you just double check it. I'm human, I make mistakes. If there is something that maybe you saw in the haul video that I do, every time I come back from a shopping trip, I do a haul video, and it just kind of lets people know, yes, this is what I found. It lets people know that maybe aren't shopping with me, what are some of the items that they have at the Character Warehouse. So whether they're using me as a personal shopper or somebody else, it can maybe help them out. And it also just kind of shows people what the prices are. So Character Warehouse, if you're interested, you can maybe go to the Character Warehouse if you are in the area. So if you've watched the haul video and you're checking your invoice and you see that maybe I forgot something, or you thought that was yours that was in the video, but it's not on your invoice, please ask me kind of then. Check over everything. If I make a mistake, I will certainly correct that, or I will let you know, there was only one of them and there were 5 people in front of you for that particular item, because it's kind of first come, first serve on those emails. So just check over your invoice, and then I would ask that you please pay your invoice as quickly as possible. The reason for that is this. When I go shopping, it is on good faith, right? You have asked me to pick up items for you. I'm spending my own money to secure those items for you. and then I just need to get reimbursed so that I am not stuck with those items. I do not want stock. That's not something that I like to do. I always try to pick up a few extra of this or that, and I show those in those haul videos so that people can get a couple of extra little goodies if they were maybe new that day or something that they hadn't thought that they might want, and then they're seeing it and yes, they would like that. But for the most part, I try to take items in and then I either store them for customers after they have paid me for them so that they can maximize on their shipping at a later date, or I try to ship them out as soon as I get my hands on them and you have paid for your products. So now that we're doing the flat rate shipping primarily, that should be a little bit easier for people to be able to kind of get their things in. You already know the cost of the shipping, you know if you're good to go, and then we can ship that out. Now, as far as holding or storing your items, I have no problem storing people's items. There is not a storage fee that I charge for that. I have a hutch. I have all the bins you see behind me. Now that the renovations are coming near to a close, I'm gonna have a whole wall of bins. I have several units that I have in a totally different part of the house that I can also use. So I have the space to store your merchandise. Everybody's got their own bin, so it's not mixed in together. It's a good way for you that if you have a couple of small items and then I go shopping in a couple of weeks for you and then you get another few items and then maybe 2 weeks later you get another few items, all of a sudden we have filled a medium-sized or large-sized box. Now it makes sense for us to go ahead and ship, and you're only paying shipping once as opposed to every single time. That helps people out, and I have no problem doing that whatsoever. I also have no problem shipping things right out to you if that's something that you are interested in. So the process is pretty simple. You send me an email, I go shopping, I send you an invoice, you pay for that invoice, let me know if you want me to ship or to hold, and then that's it. That is the end of the process. One thing that I am going to ask all of my customers, whether I do have 2 dogs and they love to just walk through when I'm doing a video, so I apologize there. And they're coming back. Okay, there we go. One thing I will ask everybody to do is to try to maintain as clean a list as possible. If you maintain your own list, I will be less likely to make any mistakes when I am compiling all of the lists. So what do I mean by that? I have made a couple of mistakes where I have purchased an item for somebody, didn't cross it off by accident. They've paid for it, and then I purchased it again a couple of weeks later because I didn't cross it off of my list. Not a big deal. That's my own mistake. I certainly don't hold somebody accountable for that. But if you can help me keep your lists cleaned up, if you decide, I got a ton of nice stuff on this trip, so just wipe my whole rest of the list out and I'll send you a new list at another time, that would be great. Just send me an email and let me know that that's something that you would like me to do. If you have any questions on the personal shopping service, please just leave me a comment below or ask a question in the comment section or send a quick email, mickysmagicaldelivery@gmail.com. You can also send me a message at the Facebook page, but email really is best. It gets confusing when you have so many different messages in so many different places. So the last thing that I wanted to do is I just want to kind of show you what it's like when you get your shipment from Mickey's Magical Delivery. I had said that I put our filler in there, but I also do another little thing. Everybody has their own little trick that they do with their personal shopping orders, every one of us. And for me, what I like to do is I like to include the little Mickey head confetti. It's hand punched. It's just a little splash of color. You can see that they're little splash of color when you go ahead and you get your delivery. So I try to mix it up with different seasonal colors. So you'll get your white crinkly paper or some other color, and you'll get your little Mickey confetti on top of it as just something that's kind of fun for you. And the reason that I like to do that is I like for you to feel like you are truly getting a gift. Yes, it's a gift that you have purchased maybe for yourself, but I love everything about Disney. I enjoy personal shopping. I want you, when you open up your box, to have a little moment of joy. So that's why we do that kind of a thing here. Now, if you have questions, like I said, please don't hesitate to just kind of send me an email. Please make sure that if you are going to be placing an order, that those orders are in by 5 a.m. the day that I am shopping. I can't guarantee that I'm going to get your information onto my master list if you haven't gotten it to me by 5 a.m. So if you could please check my schedule for shopping and make sure those lists are in by 5 a.m., I would certainly appreciate it. Please consider us as your personal shopper, and until our next video, bye-bye.